So back to this intuitive message, family. So we pull into the message to get our mind, body, and spirit right. And I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling these things so we can go ahead and get started. So what I do want to talk about is basically just staying focused, you know, and eliminating distractions, because as you all know, there's constantly things going on within this world, whether you realize it or not, to basically distract you and basically get your attention away from the most important things. Look, you know, like you. That was too many, so I'm gonna just keep it going because I didn't want to read that many cards. It was like 4 of them. So yeah, just make sure you stay focused, family. Focus on what you have going on. Like they say, mind the business that pays you, and drink your water and sit in the sun. And that's the best thing you can do for yourself right about now. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and pick one. Okay. Do I surround myself with people who lift me up? Do I surround myself with people who lift me up? The people with whom we surround ourselves determine who we become. Does your tribe fill you up? Do they inspire you? Do they believe in you? Do they help you step into your greatest potential? Today's action: make a desired list of the type of people to whom you wish to surround yourself, and clarify if there is anyone in your life who no longer serves you. Can you love them from a distance? Absolutely, family. Who you surround yourself with is very important. Like they say, if you surround yourself with 3 idiots, you'll be the 4th one. I used to not believe in this saying a long time ago. I was like, whatever, I have my own individual mind. Just because it's 3 people I know that's idiots, that don't mean I'm going to be the 4th one. But it is some truth to it. Think about it. Because if you're truly functioning and vibrating on a level that's true to you, you're not going to really be able to energetically resonate with people who are not on the same frequency as you. So there is some truth to that. Is there anyone in your life that's around you that is not for your greatest good? Because that's what this is asking you. Sit down. I will read this again. Make a list of the type of people you want to surround yourself with. Clarify if there's anyone currently around you who does not fit this mold. If they do not fit this mold, then you may want to consider. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, in life, you are going to go through many rebirths and transformations. I really don't like to use death because a lot of people think physical death. You know, and sometimes physical death does happen. But for the sake of this video, we're going to say rebirth and transformation. You have to go through a lot of rebirth and transformations in life to reach our greatest point, you know, to transcend. And, you know, that's ideally, you know, if you're on this 3D plane, what you want to do, you know. So whoever needs to hear that, I don't know who needed to hear that. Hopefully that message reached you in its entirety. Make sure you watch your circle, who's around you, and if they're not fitting where you're currently wanting to be or see yourself in the future, you may need to reconsider. All right, so without further ado, family, let's go ahead and hop into Aquarius in the 10th house. Okay, so we think of Aquarius in the 10th house, family. The 10th house represents basically our career, our job, our public image, fame, the father, reputation, structure, you know, things of that nature. So Aquarius here in the career house. Now, I know I mentioned before in the last video that Aquarius is, you know, they are really not keen on like following rules, like I mentioned before, like being, say, working in a big organization or things like that. And they have a particular set way of doing things. Aquarius, it's not saying that they won't get the job done. They just may find another way to get the job done, or they may find another way to attack a project or solve a current issue. So these will be the thinkers in the workplace, mainly just on different ways to do and see things. So also Aquarius is here can also prefer to work in groups, group settings, because this is also the sign of the humanitarian, you know, things about, you know, the rights of other people, sticking up for the underdog. This is all Aquarius. So a lot of the time Aquarius is here, you know, because they are concerned about, you know, how they do come off to people. while still being true to, you know, their individual character and their personality. They can be well known. Also, they can be very friendly. Eccentric, of course, eccentric in their personality. We're talking about Aquarius. Highly intelligent. You know, Aquarius does also deal with, you know, the mind as well. So, Aquarius still wants the freedom here. So, again, they would probably, I can see Aquarius is here having many, probably different jobs and many different types of jobs. You know, because Aquarius doesn't like to be bored, so I can just imagine them. They want to stay at a job or be in a situation that they can't really learn from, or they're not interested in, or they'll be bored in. So, definitely some a career where they can have freedom and exercise their individuality, but preferably, you know, a career where it's more people oriented, like, you know, like I mentioned before, fighting for a greater cause, working, you know, with maybe people who are considered like rejects of society, you know, just things of that nature. I can definitely see Aquarius here, and as long as they're able to have some type of freedom, maybe of the type of schedule they have, or maybe how they do their work, they can really, really thrive in this area. I did mention, you know, Aquarius can have unconventional careers, and unconventional in the sense that, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be illegal or under the table, but what most people would consider unconventional, like being a cult, into occult knowledge, being a spiritualist, being an astrologer, tarot reader, into numerology, just different things of that nature. This is Aquarius. They're heavily into this stuff, and especially if this is aspected here, you know, this is something that will allow them the individuality and the freedom that the Aquarius craves, you know, with being able to set your own schedule, being able to control maybe your clientele, just having that freedom here. Aquarius would do well all day, every day. So that would complete my series for Aquarius here in this 10th house. Again, family, if you have any interest in any handcrafted candles, I have all my information below, but make sure you go to Instagram and hit up earthgoddess_candles and DM me about the current sense that I have, and I'll be able to get you situated. And also, if you have any interest in any astrology readings, I will have my email link below, so you can email me about that, and I'll get you squared away with the astrology reading. And that is it for this series, family, of the Aquarius in the 10th house. And make sure you stick with me for the last two houses, family, and then we'll be done with the series.